loader, and it's still got air in it, and I need to cycle it. But let's see how the right one moved before the left one. See that? See? That's a pain in the butt when you're trying to hook something up. I mean, it stays kind of close, but not really. We're gonna fix that. I do need to run this up and down multiple times. I put my own loader together, put it on the tractor myself, and it's still got air in it. I basically got it on, I left town. I figured it'd get cycled out when I got back, and if I had to do snow removal. It's already getting nice. Still got a little bit of air in it, but not much. Let's take it all the way up. Holding on the relief a little bit, maybe. But yeah, that's the only inherent problem that I can tell you about Deere loaders, is those stupid attachment plates. Ain't worth a darn. Ain't worth a darn. Alright, well, I've got the door closed because it's 33 degrees. Got the heater on, so sorry for that. But I am fully committed now to making this work on the Deere. I tried to sawzall my pin, didn't work. That bar is hardened, so I brought out the little baby quickie saw. I cut the pin. Now my pin is 2-piece. I do need to trim it down. I was trying to decide what I need to leave. Really, truly, honestly, if you had a 1/4 inch out past where that hole is, or where, you know, it comes out of that bushing, I would think that you would be totally fine. So I'm gonna go somewhere like right there, and that way I can put the pin back in. I've got me a piece of 2x2 square tubing. It's quarter wall. I'm assuming I'm okay with quarter wall because everything I'm attaching to except for this, well, no, that's quarter too. This is quarter. I'm gonna weld it down here in the corner. It's gonna go, got a shorter piece here, I'll show you. Sorry if the heater's loud. It's basically gonna go right there, and it's gonna go all the way across. I'll show you over here because I'm blocking the light. It's gonna go just like that all the way across. I've got a quick attach plate here with my quick hitch. I did have to pull the pin out anyways and get this loose so I can get the 2x2 inside here, because it does fit inside that pocket. So I thought it'd be a good time to go ahead and cut my pins. I'm going to go ahead with this on the ground. It's pretty easy to mess with. So I'm going to go ahead and get both my pins cut so they're done, ready to go. I've got some 7/16 bolts that we're going to put in them. They're long enough to where the shoulder goes all the way through the bushing, and then when I put a nut on it, I won't have any thread in the hole to kind of bang around, you know, on the interior of that bushing. It'll hold the pins in fine. The only reason that bar goes all the way across is to try to keep these plates aligned, and it does not do a good job of it. So we're going to make this plate rigid. Hopefully I'm not screwing up a brand new loader. We're going to find out. I think it'll make it way better. The only thing I might do is I might suggest to go with a little lighter tubing. I don't know if that's going to kind of give it, you know, any issues being, you know, a quarter piece of 2x2 square tubing. I would think it'd make it plenty rigid and make it strong, but I don't know. As long as we don't have any problems in welding, which I'm hoping we don't, because this would probably twist all this up. I'm going to get the tubing in. I'm going to get the pins cut down, get the pins back in, get the tubing inside there. I've got it all prepped. I'm going to prep this a little bit. I'm going to get the mill scale off of it and stuff, and then get the pins bolted, or, you know, slid back in and stuff and captured. Then I'm going to put the plate on it, and then the reason I'm using that instead of something else is I can clamp through it. I didn't trust just putting that on the two plates, clamping it down, and trusting it would be aligned. I want it clipped into something so it kind of holds everything. It is cold outside right now. It's, like I said, 32, 34 degrees or something, so I've got the heater on it, trying to warm up the steel so we're not welding on bone cold steel. So hopefully all this goes well, but I'm committed now. I've done cut the deal, and we've got snow possibly coming tomorrow, so this has to be ready to do something. I mean, I could get it clipped in and just have the pins in it. I would say a lot of choice words, but anyways, let's get it done. I know somebody might say that I took all the heat treat out of these. This one's smoking because I put it in water, but this is real time. I literally just cut these and I just ran them on the grinder. Okay, so I don't think I took any heat treat out of it. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining right now, which does not make me happy. Those are going to fit very snugly. I don't know if that's actually going to go in there. I may have to go get some metric bolts. I don't think the threads are going to be worth anything, so I'm probably going to go get metric bolts to fit that. But that'll hold that in for now. I really wish it wasn't raining. Let me get the tubing cleaned up and set in there. I'm going to raise the loader back up, get the thing clipped back to it and everything else, and we'll get this thing welded on. As you can see, it's out of sync with each other. So what I'm going to do is bring them both all the way back. So hopefully they're both closed. Latch it. That ought to help hold them. Then we'll roll it forward. Rolling it back and forth to see if it moved any. It really didn't. And it's clipped in our piece fits. Oh. I tried to give it enough room, but I did not think I need to grind. I need to grind a bevel here to clear the weld. I did give it enough room. I wanted to have some room side to side, about an 1/8 inch or so. So once I bevel that on the bottom, it'll be good. That way I can penetrate really good with some weld. This will sit flush at that point. I do have to redo everything I just did, but that's okay. If somebody had a video about it, they'd say, hey, make sure you bevel that so it clears the weld. I guess that's what we're here for. Alright, let me redo all that, but you kind of see where I'm going with this. It clears the pins. It clears everything down here on the plate with it tucked up here to this plate. It doesn't block anything from, stuff's going to get in there anyways. I don't know if you can see that void in there, but stuff's going to get in there anyways, but it's not impeding in any way. Once that's welded in, and my steel's, it's not hot, but it's not cold. I mean, there's a little bit of coolness to it, but it's hot enough in here, or it's as hot as I can get it right now. Let's put it that way. The heater is kicking like I'm sweating. And I just can't get that out of there without redoing everything I just did. But it didn't take very long. So I'm going to get that done. Okay. Well, I told you I was angry because it slid in when I had it unclipped. So apparently when I clip it in and straighten it to at least this plate, I can't quite get it in, but when you unclip it off the plate, they move enough that it let it fall into the plate. You wouldn't have to pull the pin out. So, well, probably don't want that. I don't want that. Well, that heater's hot, but it's warmed up this side quite a bit. Goodness gracious, it's hot. Okay. Clear there good, clear there good. Got our gaps. I'm going to have to turn the heater off whenever I'm ready to weld. I'm trying to figure out how to play this. We're going to figure it out together. Don't know how I want it to do yet. Would tell you your dimension is close. Get 3 foot and then work it down. 36 inches would be really tight if you want it real tight. I want to bed a little bit of weld in there. So I'm going to loosen the clamps a little bit. I'm going to get it moved over like 1/16 of an inch, but that way it's even. I think we're ready to weld. This side's, I would say, it's not as hot as that on my back, but I would call it room temperature. This still has some coolness to it, so I'm going to try to get the heater over here. Not that I want it closer to me, but I'm going to put it right here. I want to get this metal warmed up before I start welding on it. I don't want it to be 40 degrees. It's not that now. Like I say, this side's probably body temperature. I can't really feel a temperature in it. That's probably a decent starting point. I don't want to cook all the paint off of this if I don't have to. I'm already going to have to try to clean up inside and paint it so it doesn't rust or anything. But anyways, let's get it tweaked. I'm going to get the welder pulled out. We're going to get this thing done. I want to tack this thing in as many places as I can. And I'm going to let it sit clipped in until it is totally down. Okay, let's where can we get you guys to maybe see? Hang on. Great. I don't know if you can hear it raining, but it's raining pretty good. I kept the heat on this. Want to make sure it didn't cool down really fast. Obviously, it's cooled down. I've been grooving my tracks. I don't know if I have the video up yet, but I bought one of these VG1000s from Van Alstyne. This thing's wicked. I do have it turned all the way up now because the rubber's cold, but I was using it on the high side on 3. Now it's high side and 4. Seems like it's going through it really good. It is making it a little tacky, so maybe, no, not really. That's just on that curve. Anyways, let's see what this did. I don't expect any problems, but I know my luck is not good. So, pull this off. No noise, no flex. Didn't feel like it did anything. Really need a bigger shop. Sell half my stuff or something. I mean, I do clean my shop. when I had time. There was no flex or anything on that. It felt really good coming off. We need to put that back on. Let's roll this thing forward. I mean, the plate's a little warm, you know, it's a little warm just from the heater, but let's, I mean, here goes nothing. Maybe up here. Hope this doesn't go boing. Wow. Wow. It felt really nice. I didn't feel anything do this stuff, which that's what you want. Nice that I have that. Let's pick it up. I'm gonna see. I'm pretty sure I can get into those spots and weld those. Let's see. Yep, see, I can weld that, and then if I weld this piece here, that closes up that tube that on the end, but you could easily get to there and easily get to there. Like I said, you weld that all the way up. I think I'm going to leave that hole. I don't know why. I'm going to leave the hole though. I debated on it. Obviously you can tell it penetrated really well. Everything has penetration on it, so I'm going to weld this pretty hot because this is all cooled down. You know, obviously I'm in here touching this with my fingers, and I'm going to try to get all this baked off paint, powder coat, whatever kind of knocked off and stuff so we can paint this thing. It'll sit overnight, and I have to get 2 bolts. I'm just going to take one with me. I guess it's a 10 millimeter. I just put my calipers on it, and it's 10 mil right there, so I'm going to get 2 10 millimeter longer. I'm going to measure that and see what we need. That bolt's starting to come through, but obviously it was tight going in. We'll just get some 10.9s or something of the metric variety. So I'm going to get that welded off, and there we go. But I mean, obviously it's welded together. It shouldn't move. But here, I'll put you guys out here so you can watch. I'm about to put you on the welder. Is that too far away? Probably not. Nice and solid. There you go. Very, very easy way to fix your Deere loader. The rest of the loader I am totally fine with. I love how it comes off the machine. We'll show you that in another video if we get decent weather. I'm in Kansas, you never know. Next week's supposed to be 55, but we've got freezing, or well, it's not freezing rain yet, but it's supposed to be 22 degrees either tonight or tomorrow night. But that does not interfere with anything. You know, having that long bar across there, if you're afraid to cut the pin, and you don't want to cut it, you think it's giving you some kind of structural integrity, leave it. You can leave it. It would go all the way across. It's doing nothing besides it's making, you know, they're trying to use one part for 2 purposes. And I get it, this shipped really nice, but 3 feet of 2x2 quarter wall tubing is what I used. Mine was like, I think if you cut it, at least on mine, I'm sure they're all a little different. 35 and 7/8 mine would have been perfect. You can get it in with the quick attach off of it. At least I could on mine. But I'd give you a little bit of play. I really like being able to fillet weld. I had maybe 3/16, 1/8 inch, 3/16 or so. I really felt really good about fillet welding it. Everything looks really good. I guess you can't see that. Hang on. Sorry. Action cameras and lack of light don't usually go well. Roll out so you can see it up by the light, but it looks good. It looks nice and factory. A nice little pocket there for that. Obviously my pin's moving around in there. I don't have a bolt in there, but yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. There's the welds over there. The welds underneath turned out really good. You can get to it pretty easy, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that in the lack of light. But you can get in there very easily with your stick, you know, the amount of stick out you can have. Nice penetration all the way around. So, anyways, if you're afraid to do it, or you don't have a welder, or you do not know how to weld, and if you're in the Kansas City area, hit the like button, subscribe, and shoot me an email, and I'll have a piece of 2x2 1/4 inch wall tubing sitting here ready for you. I know how to knock it out now. Let me know, and I'll fix your loader. See you guys. That is a 440R, but they're all basically the same. So I would assume, I think they make a 400 loader and all that. I would think they would all be generally the same to where you could do the same thing. But this is on a 4066R 2024. It's a brand new 440R loader. See ya. Okay, well, I just got back. There it is painted. I think it looks pretty good. Left the heater on it while I was gone. Get out of the way of the light. It's blocking the light. I need to knock that bolt out. And these are 10 millimeter by 1.5, 60 millimeter long with nylock nuts. That's what they had. So let's grab the old toolbox. Maybe get something we can turn the pin just in case that one's not lined up. I don't think the one on the far side's lined up, but obviously this one is because it has a bolt driven in it. Okay. Perfect. Does not hang down past anything. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let's see what the other side looks like. I hate winter time. It's always, I mean, that paint's almost dry. It's a little tacky. Are we lined up? Of course not. Okay. Let's see. Grab this side. I know I can't really get you guys in a spot to where you can see, but I can see it. I think that'll drop in there, maybe. These are just 10.9s from a local farm hardware store kind of thing. They usually have a really good selection of stuff. Fell right in there. Obviously, those aren't misaligned in any way because I grabbed it with this. It was very snug, but I could spin it with a pair of channel locks. I know I'll get people saying that, oh, now I have to line bore this and do all kinds of crazy stuff. I would say not. And I did make a comment that if you were in the Kansas City area, I'd probably do this for you. Well, I actually got to thinking about it. I need to finish my welding table, but if you want this done to yours, you could probably take these two pieces off and send me your bar with it, and I could cut your bar down and, you know, clean it up, get it ready to go. If you don't have a way to cut that hardened material, you could cut it with a grinder and a cutoff wheel, but I could probably very easily do that for you. And I could probably literally take this one off, or I can obviously measure off of mine and get the measurements, and I can build me a jig to where I could put this in. They'd be completely flat, straight with each other, latch them in. I could weld the tube in for you and everything, and then ship the whole assembly back for you, and you would put it on, put your pins in, put the two bolts in, and be done. So, if something like that appeals to you, I guess let me know. Maybe it'll be a new thing that we're starting. Or maybe John Deere will see my video and be like, hey, this guy's going to make money off of us. Let's put a 2x2 piece of 1/4 inch tubing in there, so our customers don't have to send stuff to Skidco. But anyways, easily done. 3 foot of 2x2 by 1/4 is what I used. You could probably use 3/16. Somebody smarter than me can probably figure out the math. I've always been told don't go thicker than your material. So obviously this is all 1/4 inch or somewhere thereabout. It's probably metric, maybe 3/16 with very heavy paint. But I'd say it's 1/4 inch material all around. I think that placement was the best place for that. I thought about putting it up here. When you latch them down, it'll clear, but it's kind of hard to get to. I thought about putting it in here in between. There's just not a lot of room. I think that worked out extraordinarily well. Very well. I know I left the holes. I don't know why. I guess a weep hole or something, or stress point, something. Anyways, but I don't know if you can see the hole there. My lighting in here is not great. Do I have all the lights on? Yes, I do. For an action camera, my lighting's not great. But anyways, finished product.